Hey, there we go. Hi, this is Gary. Welcome. Let me know if you can see me or hear me in the chat below. We're also live on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. I'll wait till we get a couple more people in the room here. There is a lag between Facebook and my stream, so it takes a couple minutes. Okay, thank you, Mark. Takes a couple minutes after I say or do something for it to come through on Facebook. I'll wait just another second and then we'll go ahead and start. All right. Well, we got 3 people, so I'm going to go ahead and start. Hello, welcome to Waves of Healing video podcast. You can catch us here on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Also catch the recordings if you can't be here when we stream live. I'm Gary Chatham. I'm a transformational life coach, wellness coach, Reiki master, and a musician as well. And you can find my website at garychatham.com. I also do another video podcast called Waves of Transformation. It has its own Facebook group. You're welcome to search for it and join. And it also streams on my YouTube channel. In that podcast, we talk about body, mind, spirit wellness, personal growth, and spiritual growth. With Waves of Healing, the music and sound healing is becoming more popular and recognized in mainstream culture. Music therapy is also becoming an important specialty in counseling and health. Did we freeze up? No. Okay. I'm looking what's happening on Facebook. I'm doing everything myself here. So my vision with Waves of Healing podcast is to bring you not only new music, but also some classics in the genres of New Age, chill out, meditation, chanting, and sacred music, and some uplifting pop as well. So it won't all be completely mellow. And if you've noticed, most music podcasts and YouTube channels about music don't include the music. And that's because they're not licensed to play the music, and licensing is very expensive. So we're not licensed to play the music for our podcast, but the music is in the YouTube playlist, which I posted in the comments below. So as we go along, go ahead and click on that and open a new window in your browser, and you should be able to hear both me and the music. So we'll start and stop. So as I talk, then I'll tell you when to go ahead and play. And then when you hear me talking again, you should be done listening to the song. You may wish to have a second device for your music, such as your phone, with stream on your computer or tablet. And we'll stop after each song to talk about it. So please put your comments and how you feel about it in the chat below. And there is a lag between Facebook, YouTube, and the stream. So you may say something, but it's going to take me a while to look at it, to see it. So I will see your comments after a few seconds. Sometimes it's up to 20 seconds. So I'll do my best to respond to comments and questions. So I want this to be a discussion as much as possible. And also put the links to each CD and Amazon in the chat as well, so you can go there and get the music for yourself and support the artists at the same time. So I want to talk about the first song a little bit, and then we'll listen to it. The first song is called Annie Rose by Tulku. If you haven't pulled up the YouTube playlist, go ahead. And that is Tulku. That's their first album, their 1995 release, Transcendence. This is one of my all-time favorite New Age songs and artists. I like the fact it's upbeat. It mixes Native American chanting and drumming and instruments from India. And this track also has an artist named Jay Uttal, if you've heard of him, on an Indian instrument called dotar. Jeff Gordon on tablas, drums, and percussion, and they both have their own albums out. You can look for Jay Uttal and Jeff Gordon. with their own stuff out. Tulku itself is mainly the project of Jim Wilson, who is a Grammy award-winning pop song composer and producer, and has done music for television documentaries such as the TBS program Music for Native Americans. Wilson himself has both Irish and Native American background and has spent time not only working with some of the tribes on social issues, but also time with the shamans and the medicine men, which I think is where a lot of his inspiration comes from. So Tulku has 5 albums out, and only 2 are available on the streaming services, but both Spotify and Amazon Digital list another album, a 3rd album by someone using the Tulku name, but it is not the same artist. So anyway, go ahead and start playing Annie Rose, and then we'll discuss. Hey, Jen, thanks for the comment. Welcome. If you're just joining us, we're playing music from the YouTube playlist there in the links, so go ahead and click on that. We're about a third of the way through the first song, Annie Rose. We cannot play it live on the stream, but we'll talk about it here. So I'll start talking again when the song's almost done. There's the YouTube playlist posted again, Mark. So I'll give it another couple minutes here. I know you're starting the songs at different times, so should be about done with that one. So go ahead and post in the comments what you thought. Yes, Jen, that came out in 1995. So we can go ahead and pull up the next one. So hopefully my method of doing this will work for everybody. So post your comments about that song, and I'll start talking about the next one. Next is a song called At First Light by Carl Borden from his Beyond the Sunrise album, which was released in August of 2020. And let me know what you think of this. The soundscape on this is very rich. It feels like a warm blanket, like a safe zone where everyday life stresses can't get to you. And Carl Borden is an American composer, producer, recording artist, and music engineer. And his music's been featured on the Fox television series Screen Queens and the TV series Single Ladies. He debuted as a new age artist with Echoes of Bliss album in 2016, and he got a Global Music Awards silver medal for that in both Best New Age and Album Production. And his most recent singles are Breathe and Morning Embrace. I'm sorry, those are albums, not singles. So let's go ahead and listen to the second one, which is At First Light. If you're just joining us, please play the songs off the YouTube playlist. And we're on the second one, At First Light. And we cannot have the music on the live stream, so you have to play it on the YouTube playlist on a second browser window. Thank you for the comments. Is your video on Facebook freezing up a little bit? Mine seems to pause every once in a while, so let me know if that's happening. We're almost done with At First Light. I've got about a minute left for At First Light. I'll try not to talk over songs, but I think people have to get used to the format. All right, At First Light should be about finished. So let me know how the process is going, because I've got Facebook on one monitor over here, and I've got StreamYard, which is my streaming program here, and I've got my phone down here. So let me know. I'm kind of juggling everything as we go along. Thanks, Jen. I'm glad you like the music. The next one is called Golden Light by an artist named Ashron, and it's from a compilation album of various artists called Perfect Balance. And it also appears on the Reiki Mantras album, which was released in 2003. And he's also got one called Reiki Shaman. Nick has been working, he says, with spirit for over 35 years, and he's a regular exhibitor at Mind Body Spirit events. And he does visual art, was voted most popular spiritual psychic artist in 2008 and 2009, launched his own inspirational spiritual chat show on the EMTV channel in the UK. And he's also one of the first pioneers of spiritual New Age music in the UK, and has produced several music CDs for healing and relaxation. And my Facebook stream is freezing up, so let me know if you have a problem with that in the comments. And let's go ahead and listen to Golden Light by Ashron. So we're a minute or so into Golden Light. If you're just joining us, we're listening to the music on the YouTube channel you'll find in the comments, and I don't talk much over that time because we can't listen to it here on the live stream. And we've got a few minutes left to go on Golden Light by Ashron. Another couple minutes for Golden Light. If you're just joining us, we're listening to the music on the YouTube playlist that you'll find in the comments below. Well, that's about time for Golden Light. Boy, with this setup, you can really tell how much hair I've lost. I did live radio way back in the day. I had a live call-in talk radio show about personal growth in the 90s here in Peoria. And not used to the video part, and I'm getting everything kind of set up here. So let me know how the process is going. The next song is something I just recently found, an artist I just recently discovered. It's Ordinary Miracles by Michael Whalen. And Michael Whalen is known for several things. He's got 2 Emmy Awards, a Grammy nomination, and for the song I've Loved You 1,000 Times, which has been streamed 37 million times on Spotify. Also for creating and programming his own synthesizers. So he's created his own machines. His ability to produce new and groundbreaking sounds is a significant part of the recent album Sacred Spaces, which this album is from. And the album is pretty existential in nature and deals with searching for a higher power. And there's a lot of interesting soundscapes in this, of how he creates landscapes with the sound. And that's partly to the melody, but also the different instrumentation sounds he uses. Whoops, I made a mistake here. We don't have that one in the... Yeah, we do. We have Michael. Go ahead and listen to Michael Whalen, Ordinary Miracles. Is that video may be blocked out on your end? It's not on mine. Let me know if you can watch the Michael Whalen video. Yeah, I like the video for that as well. Since I couldn't start that video, tell me when it's done for you, please. If you just joined us, we're listening to the music on the YouTube playlist because we can't do it here in the stream. And we are on, almost finished, with Ordinary Miracles by Michael Whalen. So you might have a little bit left on that one, but like I said, I can't play that one, so let me know when you're done. Yeah, thanks for your comments. Thanks for your comments. Okay, I think you're about done with that. Like I said, I couldn't start that one. For some reason, I can play it on my computer, but not my phone. So let's go ahead and talk about the next one, if you don't mind loading the next one, which is Reiki Healing Waves by Parajat. First, I thought Parajat was like a first name, but that is his last name. First name is Prem Parajat. His name means beautiful lotus flower of love, and he plays music out of a simple need to share music, no ambitions or goals, he says. At 10 years old, the German-born Parajat began music school to play the guitar, and he was told that his fingers were too small. He'd have to be more suited for the mandolin. So he played mandolin until age 14, and then he went back to guitar and became serious about classical guitar. The technical nature and sophisticated training that he had began to frustrate him because he felt the pressure to become a virtuoso with the guitar. And he thought that made the music lose its spontaneity. So he quit music altogether for a while. And many years later, he was on a spiritual quest in India. He began to find his joy and creativity in playing again and realized that the true spirit and nature of creativity came from a simple, innocent place. So Parajat continues to create his music out of that simple joy and says, when I play out of the moment, I have the feeling that everything works and everything's all right. So it's music for the moment, and it's music out of silence for silence. So some of these songs are specifically for Reiki, but they're just good for meditation. So this one is off of his Reiki Healing Waves album. So go ahead and start that one by Parajat. The song is longer. It's 8 minutes long, so we're not going to do the whole thing. We'll stop in the middle somewhere. So go ahead and post your comments about that as you listen, and we'll stop before the 8 minutes are done. Thanks, Nancy. Well, let's go ahead and stop that one. So I'm stopping Reiki Healing Waves. And I'm going to go to the next one. So this one is from a new compilation album by Domo Music called Relax, and something unique. It's 15 instrumental pieces. It doesn't lull you to sleep or make your mind wander too much. It's focused on relaxation, and they made it especially that way, so you're not supposed to fall asleep with it. The song is called Estrella by an artist called Kataro, and oh gosh, I've listened to Kataro for I don't know, 25 years at least. So that's what it says. Over quarter century, Kataro has been an internationally recognized icon and globally acclaimed composer and musician. And he's really one of the first new age genre musicians in that category and movement. His ongoing message of peace and love allows his fans to come from the four corners of the globe and shines a spotlight of his musical message on his audience. And he tries to inspire fans from around the world to unite. Chris, the links, you want me to post the playlist link again? It's there in the chat. In 1985, Kataro signed a worldwide contract with Geffen Records, and shortly after that, in '87, he created the Grammy-nominated Light of the Spirit album in collaboration with Grateful Dead drummer Mickey Hart, who Mark will know. The album exceeded over $2 million of sales in the US alone, and this created a turning point for Kataro. And since then, he's become very popular, especially big in the New Age music genre, and he tours extensively in the US and Europe. And let me go back and I'll post the playlist again, but it is in the bottom there. Are you asking about the playlist link, Chris? Okay, there's the playlist link again. So go ahead and play Estrella. I'm going to post links for the albums on Amazon as we go along too. So Clay off the YouTube list and not off the Amazon links. So let me know what you think about that one as we go along. Thanks for your comments, Mark and Nancy. You may have to expand the chat, Chris, to see all the comments, but some of the comments you may have to scroll up and down for. So we're still going with Estorella for another couple minutes. All right, next is another video. So some of these have videos and some of them don't. This one is Sky Falter by an artist named Time Traveler. And Time Traveler is really award-winning composer and electronic musician Michael Rogers. And he had used another name for his artist name before called Elion before. And now he brings more of a mellow ambient chill under this alternate identity of Time Traveler. And Time Traveler, this song kind of blends eras and universes and different soundscapes. And has a lot of synthesizer beds and uplifting synthesizer melodies with light and hope. And so it kind of lets you decide what it means for you. But go ahead and play that, and there is a video for it. So let me know what you think. Go ahead and post your comments for that one as we go along. If you're just joining us, please use the YouTube playlist in the comments to listen to the songs. And so we're listening to Skyfalter by Time Traveler right now. What did you like, or what did you like about this one or not like about this one? I'm kind of curious. Mark said it's just okay, but what was it that you didn't like as much, Mark? And Nancy, why was this one easier to get into? All right, that one should be about up. Go ahead and give me your comments. And let's see if I can do this so you can see it. I've got yeah, you can see that. My Tolku CD, that's the first one that Annie Rose is off of. And I've got some of the other ones here. The second one's actually in the other room, so you can't see that one as well. So some of my favorite YouTube music video podcasts, they sit there and hold up the CDs and talk about the music because they can't play the music. One more Tolku. And only the first one and second one for Tolku is available on Spotify, but they are available on Amazon. So I put those links there. Hey, Tanis. Okay, just wondered. We're coming up to our last song of the evening and last video, which is Rain Driver by Max Heistein. There's Heistein. So I think it's interesting that both Paul Adams and I have counseling and mental health backgrounds, and so does Max Heistein. So Rain Driver is from his new album Gratitudes. Well, not new, but it's released this year, 2020. He said, let's not call it new age music, let's call it contemporary instrumental music. And he was an early experimenter with sound healing, which we've talked about in Kathy's Reiki studio group. And his 1984 recording 12 Cosmic Healers corresponded to 12 musical key signatures with different parts of the body. And Heistein's music career helped launch the new adult contemporary new age radio format of the late 80s and early 90s. And all of his albums were in heavy rotation on those new age wave radio stations. He tends to do things a little differently. You'll find a soprano sax in many of the tunes, but it's not specifically jazz. And you'll find a cello. He plays cello and sax in this one, but it's not necessarily classical. You'll find synthesizers and drum pads and bells and various mystery sounds. He received a BA in music, actually jazz piano, from Goddard College, and he has an MA in spiritual psychology and another one in counseling. So he started making therapeutic guided imagery and music recordings. And instead of the homemade sort of thing happening at the time, he used high production values. So his second one, The Healing Waterfall, was one of the most popular guided imagery programs ever recorded. My Facebook is freezing up. So let's go ahead and watch Rain Driver by Max Heistein. So let me know what you think about Rain Driver by Max Heistein, and that's from his album Gratitunes, which is a cool title. That's our last song for the evening. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of that, and let me know what you think of the format. It's kind of funny being on video the whole time while the songs are playing because I'm not saying anything, but you can watch me do my technical stuff. So I've done live radio before, but I'm not used to the radio thing. Anyway, let me know if there's a particular favorite New Age artist or any type of artist that you know of that you have that you would like to have featured in the podcast, and send me a message, private message or something in the comment below, and we'll go from there. So this is Gary Chatham. I'm a transformational life coach. This is our podcast for music, for emotional healing, meditation, and some uplifting pop. So thanks for joining us tonight, and I will see you in 2 weeks at 7 o'clock.